Your content strategy is the nourishment that the rest of your business needs to operate. So many people will just put it off and they don't really give it the effort required for it to truly be successful. In my experience, I find that most entrepreneurs, they will hire the business coach, right? Because that makes a lot of sense to them on the surface level. They will hire the admin, the assistants, the virtual assistants. They will hire, all of these different team members to help grow the business. But when it comes to content, they just download random PDFs that are free or invest in $37 courses that they never actually open and just flood their inbox with these resources that they never use. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Content for Brunch. I hope that you are starving because your girl is ready to serve you. Okay? Content for Brunch is the meal that your marketing plan has been missing. So let's serve it up. So today we are dishing all about how content is a major, come a little closer, major factor in every step of your business.
What's for brunch? Content, turning profiles into profit. Strategies for baddies, captivating captioning. Hey, Coach Kayla, I'm open to suggestions. How can I turn my content into coin and connections, profit projections? Content is key when you hiring me, and I teach you how to do it, but consistently. Stop satisfying followers you don't even got. Instead, focus on the people who follow you now. When I'm talking, it's cause I know what I'm talking about.
Big
and
facts.
I create the type of content, keep my name in their mouth. They say content is king, but I say it's queen because women are the source of every damn thing. I talk big money, I got the nerve to do such. You're doing too little if you think I'm doing too much. If you don't know what to do and you're feeling too stuck, tune in to every episode.
Let's have content for brunch. Let's have content for brunch. Judy Drama, Judy Bang, same thing. Let's have content for brunch. Judy Drama next up. I'ma be yelling that shit till it's stuck. Content for Brunch, the podcast, now available on all platforms. So one of the biggest transformations my clients have after we work together is they finally feel like they have a strategic, solid plan that actually prioritizes content strategy or content creation for their businesses, which is basically their way of saying like, girl, finally, I've learned how to put this first. I've finally stopped treating my content strategy and my content creation as a side piece, as a stepchild, as a side dish, as a snack, as an afterthought, and every other thing you can think of that comes under number one. I think that they finally understand something that is a part of what I teach, which is if your goal is to grow your business, monetize your brand online, and attract clients, convert your audience to clients, you have got to treat your content plan like the main course, okay? So if you are at brunch, your content plan shouldn't be the deviled eggs. It should be the main course. So think about it for a second. When you're getting ready to go to brunch, you are already mentally there. You start thinking about what you want to eat. You start thinking about what you want to drink, okay? You don't wait till you get there to start deciding these things. You may even skip a meal so that you can have a full empty stomach to really indulge in the brunch, right? And so if you're anything like my friends, you even looking at Yelp reviews and looking at pictures of the food on Instagram long before you ever arrive. Because I know a few of y'all are like, yup, all of that. That's me. That's how I prepare to go have my brunch, to go have my food at a restaurant. So let me ask you something. How come you aren't taking the same approach when it comes to your content? How come you aren't taking the same approach when it comes to your content marketing strategy? I need you to treat it with the same energy as if you about to bust down those chicken and waffles, okay? So when you're creating your content, when you're creating your strategy, it is not an afterthought. Just how you strategically plan to go bust down that shrimp and grits, I need you to strategically plan to market your business online in a way that your audience craves and loves. Your content strategy is the nourishment that the rest of your business needs to operate. So many people will just put it off and they don't really give it the effort required for it to truly be successful. In my experience, I find that most entrepreneurs, they will hire the business coach, right? Because that makes a lot of sense to them on the surface level. They will hire the admin, the assistants, the virtual assistants. They will hire, all of these different team members to help grow the business. But when it comes to content, they just download random PDFs that are free or invest in $37 courses that they never actually open and just flood their inbox with these resources that they never use. They will even go as far as to attend conferences and every networking event you can think of, trying to, again, take their business to the next level, when usually, more often than not, when there is a gap in the business, there is a leak in your cup. When it comes to your content strategy, okay? The mimosas are pouring out everywhere. The glass is broken. And it usually has something to do with your marketing. So listen, I know that this is you, but it's not entirely your fault, because honestly, the microwavable millennial generation that we live in has wired us to think this way. There are so many fast-paced, quick, rapid changes that come with this industry. And I believe that it's caused many people to adopt the belief that algorithm hacking, going viral, big eye roll, going viral and having tons of followers, keeping up with trends, all of those things should be the primary focus when it comes to your content. In fact, it's actually been force-fed down our throats by gurus and experts and many of the people who we follow and support online. I'm not here to bash any different opinions, right? And while those people who promote those types of things or teach those types of strategies, they aren't all the way wrong, right? Sometimes those tactics actually do work for some people. But my goal is to get you to understand that that is not the blueprint, a bulletproof blueprint that's going to work all the time. You're going to have to do a little more than that. It's going to take way more than viral videos and a few trending sounds to sustain your business in the long run. So let's just talk facts for a second, because I told y'all when I'm talking, it's because I know what I'm talking about. And when I'm quiet, it's because I'm doing the research. So the next time I talk, I can know what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's talk facts for a second. Trends, they come and go quicker than we can keep up with how many kids Nick Cannon has. Okay. No shade, but shade. We don't got time to keep up. How many kids he got? I bet you don't know. Yeah, we don't know. We can't keep up. That is the way trends come and go, right? Going viral only lasts for a couple of days because of the quick, fast news and media cycle we live in. And going viral is actually a waste of time and a waste of exposure if you are not set up properly with your messaging to support the people who have now discovered you, right? So for those of you who are thirsty to go viral, make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into and that your things are set up on the back end. If you don't have quality messaging, a strategy, or a way of already nurturing people, when people stumble across you, whether it's 5 or 5 million, you're not going to be able to retain their attention. You're not going to be able to convert them ultimately to clients. All right. And then there's vanity metrics. Y'all love obsessing over likes and follower counts and all of these things that don't offer in-depth KPIs, the real numbers that we need to know what's working and what's not, right? And so KPIs, of course, are key performance indicators. And so when you think of things like likes, that gives you no information, right? Followers, that gives you no information. We need to focus on the numbers that actually gives us information about what we need to do differently and what we need to keep doing because it's working, all right? So none of those things, going viral, vanity metrics, jumping on trends, none of those things involve real strategy, right? It's better for you to master content creation, your messaging, and putting together a strategy. So no matter how many kids Nick Cannon has, just kidding. Why am I like this? So no matter how many trends come and go, no matter how many algorithms change, no matter how many new platforms come about, right? Because you have solid messaging and a solid strategy, you know how to adapt and use that no matter what changes in the market. So your business will go through many phases when it comes to content. And I need you to understand that content is important in every phase, right? And so I want to break down for you literally how I help my clients throughout the different phases of their business approach content strategy in each phase. Because again, it is not just something that you do one time and you never do it again. Remember, it has to be bottomless, like mimosas, okay? I'm not really the biggest mimosa fan. I kind of just want just the champagne, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so let's get into it. So the first phase of your content marketing strategy when it comes to building your audience is going to be visibility, right? Hey, you. Yes. I'm talking to you. I see you over there. I hear you over there taking in all of the strategy that's being served in this episode. Well, guess what? There is more where that came from. Yep. I want you to head on over to getmycontenttogether.com. And this is where you will find more resources and you can become a part of my community. That's getmycontenttogether.com. Oh, you need me to repeat it? You missed it? No worries. Getmycontenttogether.com. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Okay? Now let's get back to the show. And so I'll actually take you through all three of them and then I'll break each of them down. So it's audience building, lead generation, and then documentation plus duplication. Those are the three things that I want you to master when it comes to putting together your content strategy. So because y'all know I love alliteration, for each of these, I'm going to also give you a C. So 3 C's that you should be focused on in terms of content for each phase of your business. All right. So the first phase in your content marketing strategy is going to be audience building. Where they at though? We don't know. Girl, can anybody find you? Okay. And that's because you're not putting out the content that is going to attract your people. All right. So I want you to think of the audience building phase as the appetizer, right? So if we're at brunch, the audience building phase is the deviled eggs, maybe the finger sandwiches or, whatever it is that you like for your appetizer, a little side salad, whatever it is. So in this phase, your content should capture, that's the C, capture your audience's attention and create brand awareness. So in the audience building phase, that is where your content should capture your audience's attention. So once they land on you, you need to be able to keep them there. And you do that with your content. All right. So this means get eyes on your menu. When people discover you, how do you actually get them to stay? All right. So in the phase 1, you need to be focusing on capturing your audience attention with your content. Okay. So this is content for brunch, right? So I want to take you there. We're at brunch. Now, the second phase of your content marketing strategy is lead generation plus conversion. And so I need you to think of that as your main course. This is the main event. This is the shrimp and grits, okay? This is the chicken and waffle. This is the steak and eggs, a little lobster hash, whatever you like. This is the main course, lead generation and conversion, okay? So once you have captured your audience's attention, now it's time to actually serve them the content, right? That's going to convert them into clients. And so in this phase, I want you to focus on creating content that serves them, that makes them realize that they need your solution. Whatever it is, the transformation you provide, the problem that you solve, you need to be focused on making sure that they know they need you. And the way you do that is by creating a connection. So that's the C for this phase. In the lead generation phase, in the conversion phase, the C is connection. You should be focusing on content that's going to really connect with your audience because those things are lasting, right? When we talk about going to brunch and meeting people and then being friends with them forever, that's a lasting connection. And so I want you to think about the relationship building when you are creating your content. So let's not be so surface level and focus on, hey, let me show you I'm an expert. Let me show you that what I'm talking about. Make sure that you're creating a connection. You're using the storytelling and things like that. All right. So that is phase 2, lead generation plus conversion. And your content during that phase should be focused on connection. Okay, so now the third phase is one of my favorites, right? So when you're putting together your strategy, the third phase is documentation plus duplication. This is my favorite because y'all know I like bottomless. And this is the phase of your business that should be bottomless. Okay. So think of those brunch cocktails that you love. Your documentation and duplication, your documentation, your documentation and Wait, did I just mess it up again? Your documentation and duplication, come on, Jesus, thank you, should always be bottomless. So this means you need to turn your audience into clients with your content marketing strategy. And then you need to document what worked so that you can duplicate it. So this is where we get into measuring KPIs and understanding and paying close attention to how people converted into your funnel, how people came across you. What was it that made people decide that they wanted to work from you or buy from you? And you need to be documenting that data, documenting that information so that you can duplicate it. You also need to be documenting it so that you can assess what didn't work from your strategy, which KPIs didn't perform as well, which content kind of, missed the mark so that you cannot do that again. All right. So in this phase, your focus is consistency. That's the C for this. So when you're documenting and duplicating, my God, can I talk today? When you're documenting and duplicating, you're focused on consistency. How can I put together a solid rinse and repeat? I can't talk today. Okay. How can I put together a solid rinse and repeat strategy that's going to be able to sustain my business in the long run? All right. So phase 3, let me give it to you clean because I've been stumbling all over my letters and words. Phase 3 is documentation plus duplication. Okay. And the focus is consistency. You are documenting so that you can duplicate what worked and eliminate what didn't work, and then consistently rinse and repeat that strategy. Whoo. See, I'm smart. I got it all out. Okay. Honor roll student. Don't play with me. So through all of this, I want you to remember that at each phase, don't rush it, right? I need you to really take this step in your business slowly. It isn't microwavable. Nobody wants rushed food or microwavable food. I know I don't. I don't want no microwavable food. Please cook it for me slow, okay? So if you want longevity, you're going to have to take your time with this and don't rush it. So as I let you marinate on that and think about it overnight and in the days to come, I want you to DM me because it goes down in the DMs, okay? That's at Kayla Riggins on Instagram. And I want you to tell me what phase of the 3 phases of your content marketing strategy are you currently in? And what are some of the biggest challenges you're having? So is it with lead generation? Is it with audience building? Is it with documentation and duplicating? Where are you in that process of your business? And what challenges are you facing? All right. DM me at Kayla Riggins. I will answer. I answer everybody because it goes down in the DMs. Okay. Word to Yo Gotti. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. All right. So that will do it for today's episode of Content for Brunch. Listen, until next time, I want you to do the work to create the content that never, ever leaves your audience starving. Okay. So no matter whether it's 10 p.m., 2 a.m., 6 p.m., it is always a good time for Content for Brunch. Now go on, serve it up. Content for Brunch, the podcast, now available on all platforms.